Hooray, hooray,
Hi, I'm Paul Gagne. I'm the Director of Production for Weston Woods Studios, where books come to life. We're very happy to be able to join you at this virtual ALA conference for a sneak preview of some of our recent and upcoming releases. The first film that we'd like to share with you today is All Because You Matter, based on the book by Tammy Charles, illustrated by Brian Collier. Tammy is not only the author of the book, she's also the narrator of the film. And I'm very pleased to have her join us today. Tammy, can you tell me a little bit about what inspired you to write this book?
I was inspired to write this book really the minute that I became pregnant with my son, and especially once I had him. I remember that feeling of wanting to keep him kind of isolated from the world and the bad stuff that happens. I just wanted to keep him shielded and protected. But as we both know, time doesn't wait for anyone. My son, he grew up, he got older, he entered school, and there he learned some things and he experienced some things that had him, create these questions. He came home with questions. I remember one of the earliest questions was in kindergarten when he learned about Dr. King. And he said, "Mommy, if Dr. King was such a good guy and he wanted peace for everyone, why did the bad guys hurt him?" And man, that's when I realized, okay, these questions are only going to get tougher as he gets older. So I knew at some point I needed to write a book that was part anthem, part love letter, a gentle reminder to my son and really to other children just like him, and essentially to all children. Just a gentle reminder that they matter.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for being here with us today, Tammy. And let's watch All Because You Matter.
Joy.
All Because You Matter. They say that matter is all things that make up the universe. Energy, stars, space. If that's the case, then you, dear child, matter. Long before you took your place in this world, you were dreamed of, like a knapsack full of wishes, carried on the backs of your ancestors, as they created empires, pyramids, legacies. Building, inventing, working beneath red-hot suns and cold blue moons. Thinking of you years ahead, because to them, you always mattered. On the night you were born, stars sprayed across the sky. Each one full of light, hope, love, and all the moments in your life that would matter. Like your first steps, bare feet planted on cold floor. Come here. Hobbling. Come to mama. Wobbling. Good job. Toppling. Come to mama. Only to stand and try again. Good job. Or your first words, spoken almost like a lullaby. Notes climbing a ladder to the sky. Mama, Papa, mahal kita. Or the first time you opened a book, like a mirror staring back at you, and really saw yourself. Same hair, same skin, same dreams. The words and pictures coming together like sweet jam on toast, música blasting through barrios, sun and blue sky, all because you matter. But in galaxies far away, it may seem that light does not always reach lonely planets, covered moons, stars unseen, as if matter no longer exists. And just like moons hidden in the dark, there will be times when you too will question your place in the universe. Like the time you'll hear the teacher call your name, Hossam, Uzumaka, Jordanis. And the whispers and giggles begin. Followed by, what kind of name is that? Or the time you'll see a letter, big, bold, red on the page. And you will question if you and your work and your effort matter. Or the time when your pop-pop turns on the news and you see people everywhere. Take a breath, take a stand, take a knee.
Today we take to the streets in defense of black lives.
And you hear Pop-Pop's whispered prayers as another name is called. Trayvon, Tamir, Philando. And you wonder if they or you will ever matter. But did you know that you do? Did you know that you were born from queens, chiefs, legends? Did you know that you are the earth? That strength, power, and beauty lie within you? Did you know that you are sun rays, calm like ocean waves, tough like montañas, magic like stars in space? And on the day the universe was created, you were thought of, dreamed of, carried like a knapsack full of wishes, as planets, stars, moons took their places, making room for you, your people, their dreams, your future. All because, since the beginning of time, you mattered, they mattered, we matter, and always will.
The next film we'd like to share with you is If You Come to Earth, based on the book by Sophie Blackall. I am joined by Sophie. Can you tell me a little bit about what inspired you to create this book and how you feel about the film?
The book, If You Come to Earth, took me 7 years to make, which is a record for me. I wanted to make a book about everyone on Earth and the planet we share, the things that we have in common, the things that make us unique, but the things that we also share in a universal way. And to make this book, I had so much help from so many people all over the world. I visited Bhutan and Rwanda and Congo and India with UNICEF and Save the Children, and spent time with kids in classrooms. And I spent time with kids in Brooklyn, New York, in a second grade classroom, asking them what it is that makes us human and what we most love about our planet. And all of those people and all of those ideas made their way into the book, If You Come to Earth. So to see it come to life in this film feels like the final extension of this whole collaboration with so many people sharing their stories, and the number of people who worked on this film, and the way that it enriches and enhances the book and also supports it. I don't think you have one experience or the other. I think they work together so beautifully. It brings those pages to life. There are cars honking and trucks blaring, and there's thunder and lightning and wind and water, and the sounds and the score by Ernest Troost is just so beautiful. So it was absolutely thrilling to watch the film.
All right, well, let's watch the movie.
If You Come to Earth by Sophie Blackall. Dear visitor from outer space, if you come to Earth, here's what you need to know. You can find us near a big sun and a tiny moon and a bunch of other planets. Ours is the greeny blue one. The green and brown bits are land, and the blue stuff is water. People mostly live on the land in big cities and small towns and tiny villages, or just in the middle of nowhere. We live in all kinds of homes. We lost our homes. In a fire, in a flood, in a war. In all kinds of families.
Good catch. Look at me, Grandma.
There are more than 7 billion people on Earth. We all have bodies, but every body is different. Except for my friends who are identical twins and look the same. Except for Mustafa's mole. Inside our heads, we are usually thinking. You can't see our thoughts, but sometimes we show our feelings on our faces. Even if we don't feel like it, we get dressed every day. We wear different clothes depending on what we do and where we live, and if it's hot or cold. There's lots of different weather in the world. Some of it's good, and some of it's bad. Wherever people live, we usually have to go someplace else. There are lots of ways to get there. I'm a kid, and kids go to school to learn stuff, so we'll know what to do when we're grown up. Grown-ups do lots of things to make the world work. But when people are not at work, or at school, or sick, or asleep, we get to do whatever we want. Whatever we are doing, we need to eat when we are hungry. Some of us have more food than others. We all need food and water to survive. We get water from the rain, which flows into little streams and big rivers and all the way to the sea. You can't drink the sea because it's too salty. The sea looks empty. But actually, it's full. Fish can swim, but they can't walk. Most animals can walk, or swim, or gallop, or hop, but they can't fly. I can fly. I can't fly. Some birds can swim and walk and fly. So if I had to choose, I'd be a bird. Birds can sing. So can whales. And people. People make all kinds of music. On our own and all together. Some of us who are deaf talk with our hands and faces. Some of us who are blind read with our fingers. If we are blind, we can imagine colors as shapes and sounds. These are the colors you need to paint everything in the world. Some things are part of nature. Some things are made by people. Some things are big. Some are small. Some things are invisible. Wind, invisible cloak, ghosts, gravity, electricity, the smell of roast chicken, old socks, frangipani, wet wool, sound waves, germs. Some germs can make you sick. So can eating a woolly milk-capped toadstool, or breathing in smoke, or getting spat on by a slow loris. Sometimes people get hurt by accident.
Ouch! Ouch!
Mom! Sometimes we hurt each other. Mom! It's better when we help each other.
Tissue, sir? Thank you.
That's the book I want!
Babies are not very good at anything. Kids are good at lots of things. Grown-ups can do just about anything until they are really, really old. But by then, the babies are grown up and can help.
Thank you.
Older people are good at telling stories about the world when they were young. Kids are good at making up stories that haven't happened yet. There are lots of things we don't know. We don't know where we were before we were born, or where we go when we die. But right this minute, we are here together on this beautiful planet. If you come to Earth, you can stay in my room. Love, Quinn. P.S. How many eyes do you have? Are you small or big? Do you have any pets? When is your birthday? Is it always dark where you are? Are you going to visit us? My friends and I want to know.
Last but not least, we're very excited to offer a sneak preview of We Are Water Protectors, a new animated film based on the Caldecott award-winning book by Carol Lindstrom, illustrated by Michaela Goad. Carol is actually the narrator for the film, and have her here with me today. Carol, what was it like for you to narrate your book?
Gosh, well, it's really great to be here to talk about it for a moment. But yes, what a gift it was to be able to narrate We Are Water Protectors, because I wrote the book. And I read the book all the time to school children. So reading it for me just seemed like it's something that should happen. It's sort of the fact that you allowed that and let me do the narration was just so wonderful. And just to be able to bring it alive, to feel like I'm reading to children, like I do pretty much every day through Zoom. So I'm just honored to be able to have been able to narrate it. So let's take a look.
We fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. The winged ones, the crawling ones, the four-legged, the two-legged, the plants, trees, rivers, lakes, the earth. We are all related. Tears, like waterfalls, stream down. Tracks down my face. Tracks down my people's faces. Water has its own spirit, Nokomis told me. Water is alive, Water remembers our ancestors who came before us, she said. We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. We are stewards of the earth. Our spirits have not been broken. We are water protectors. We stand. The black snake is in for the fight of its life.
And that was a sneak preview of We Are Water Protectors, coming in July 2021. I'd like to thank Tammy Charles, Sophie Blackall, and Carol Lindstrom for joining me here today, and I'd like to thank you for watching. With this second virtual conference, we miss seeing all of our ALA friends in person and look forward to being together again in 2022. If you'd like more information on the titles previewed today or any other Weston Woods products, contact our customer service department at westonwoodsquestions@scholastic.com. Thank you and have a great summer.